Deputy Funchion.
Thanks, Chair. I welcome the opportunity to have all the main stakeholders here present. And I want to start off by saying it's always my instinct to support trade unions. I worked in a trade union. I come from a very strong trade union household. But I have to say that I do not agree with the union's position in terms of withdrawing the IEPs. I totally support your call for extra training, for extra resources, for anything that's needed. I'd always be an advocate for workers' rights, but I think this is singling out a group of vulnerable students who already probably had to battle through lots of aspects of their lives, and their parents had to battle on their behalf. And I don't think it's fair, and I think if you were to take some sort of action, I fully support that, but I don't think it should single out those students. I think it should be the same for every student. For example, if you were saying to me that you were looking to go on strike in relation to this, or looking to have some sort of a work to rule or some sort of industrial action, I would be more supportive of that than just withdrawing it completely. It's obviously not a perfect system. You are the ones that are dealing with it on a daily basis, and you know an awful lot about it. There obviously does need to be a lot more investment and a lot more work done on it, and that's the question I would put to the department. But I just don't think that it was the right thing to do, and I just wanted to have that on record because I feel very strongly about it. To the department, I would say, I mean, you're currently standing over a situation where these children are being completely left behind. I mean, one of the biggest queries we deal with, whether it's children with Down syndrome or children with additional needs, is the constant battle that they face in their life to get anything that they're supposed to be entitled to. I mean, you can't talk about education being a right and being inclusive if children are being completely left behind, and that's what's currently happening. So I don't think it's good enough that this needs to be addressed right now with a time frame given as to exactly when it's going to be sorted out, and not something that's going to drag on and we're sitting here in 2 years' time talking about the same thing and all those children have been failed. It's consistent. We're constantly talking in here about different systems where children are falling through the cracks, and we just cannot allow it to keep happening. And I would stress that to the department, and it's I was going to ask about the EPSON Act, but Deputy Martin has asked about that in terms of the time frame, in terms of what's happening with the full implementation of that. We asked a question about it last week, and one of the parts of the answers was the Department of Education and Skills, the level of investment required could be significantly greater than that envisaged in the NCSE report. So is the department saying it's just going to cost too much money and they're just not going to be bothered about it? I could at least be honest about that if that is the answer. But I think it's, we really do need to see action being taken on all of these things.
Okay, thank you, Deputy Funchion.